Yeah, that's right. It's back so soon, Slayers. Time to list the Cacodemon variants for the Complex Clusterfuck mod. There are 28 total Cacodemon variants. The monsters shown will be tested in the Ultra-Violence difficulty, showing the name, spawn code, health, rounded difficulty, spawn rate, speed, and drops. If an enemy has a soundtrack, I will display the song name and the author. One thing I want to go over is that I will not show two of the enemies that spawn in the Cacodemons, and they are the Cerebral Redeemer and the Impure Elemental, because while they spawn as Cacodemons, they also spawn as Pain Elemental variants, and that list is already short as it is. So I will go over them when I make the Pain Elemental variant video. The link to the official video that has the link to the mod is in the description, and if I leave a detail out for a certain monster, just let me know in the comments. So let's just start. First up is the Cacodemon, just a round floating ball that is brick red filled with blueberries, spikes, a big mouth, and a little green eye. It is the most common Cacodemon with the standard Cacodemon sounds and has 400 health. Starting with the movement, it just flies freely at a slow pace, but it can also occasionally quick strafe. It only has 2 attacks. The first attack is when you are up close, it does a bite attack. At a range, it fires a spread of 3 plasma balls that fly at a standard medium projectile speed. You can simply crouch or strafe to dodge its projectiles while not being close to it. It can die with at least 4 regular shotgun shots, which it can also die from one single quad shotgun shot, so in the end they get the F neutral grade, which is the lowest Cacodemon difficulty. It drops only the small armor and life essence, which are the rank 1 healing orbs. Next up is the Watcher, brick red with green flesh and a larger eye than normal. It is the second most common with a 64 Cacodemon sounds, and it has 600 health. The movement is roughly the same as the Cacodemon, slow flying speed with a low distance quick strafing. Its attacks go up a level. It retains the bite attack, but for its ranged attacks, not only does it fire a spread of 3 fireballs, but this time it can also fire a single, slightly faster, homing plasma ball that may circle around you. You don't need to be fast, but have moderate evasive maneuvers when dodging the homing projectiles. Since it has more health than the Cacodemon, it takes more than 1 quad shotgun shot to kill it, or at most 1 full plasma clip from the plasma gun. It gets the E- grade, which is 1 grade higher than the Observer. The drops are the same as the Cacodemon. Third variant is the Abaddon. It is gray with 4 red eyes. It is mildly common with the standard Cacodemon sounds and has 650 health. The flying movement is the same as the last variant. Its attacks are slightly upgraded compared to the Watcher. It fires the spread of 3 fireballs and a homing plasma ball, but this time it can throw those attacks more frequently. At least a 2 volley for each attack. It can also bite. Run a little quick so that the homing plasma balls at least circle around you instead of hitting you. It is a bit risky to crouch from the 3 spread fireballs. Still not that difficult if there's one of them. It's tricky to deal with multiple of them without taking damage. About 7 regular shotgun shots should kill it, which most Cacodemons can easily get stunned by almost every shot. In the end, it gets an E neutral grade. The drops are the same rank 1 healing orbs. Fourth is the Cacomental, shape of the pain elemental that is dark gray and a single large red eye. It is as common as the Abaddon, has modified Cacodemon sounds, and has 800 health. Standard flying speed along with the occasional quick strafing. The attacks are slightly upgraded from the Watcher. The bite of course is the same, but instead of firing 3 fireballs, it throws a spread of 4 side-waving plasma balls. Instead of a single homing plasma ball, it can fire 2 homing plasma balls at once. It also has a third new ranged attack, a single heavy comet projectile that does heavy damage and should be avoided. It should be easy to dodge the heavy projectile. The projectiles that you need to worry about are the homing ones. As for killing the Cacomental, at least 2 full quad shotgun shots should kill it. Use the assault type weapons in farther ranges. They drop the same rank 1 orbs. Fifth Cacodemon is the Agathodemon. White with a single red eye. Last mildly common one has mixed Cacodemon sounds with 600 health. This time the movement has something different. It moves normally, but when it is cloaked, it moves slightly faster. Yes, it has partial invisibility. Not counting the touch distance bite attack, the attacks that the Agathodemon have are a spread of 3 plasma balls and 2 homing projectiles. It also has a cluster spread of multiple small plasma balls in close ranges. Just use your minimum strafing skills to dodge the attacks, especially the homing projectiles. The Agathodemon is not that hard to see because of how brightly colored it is, even if it is cloaked, but maybe in dark areas. The attacks are barely different in threat as the previous two, so it gets the E neutral grade. The drops are the same. Next up is the Face Cacodemon. It is gray with a single purple eye with the larger horns. It is uncommon, has the 64 Cacodemon sounds, and has 900 health. The movement is similar to the Agathodemon, with the cloaked, uncloaked, and quick strafing speeds. The ranged attacks are similar to the Watcher, but with added tricks to them. Not only do they have a spiral wave pattern, but they can also phase through you and do continuous damage as long as you are touching them. The only downgrade is that the projectiles move slower. Do not run backwards from a projectile, run sideways instead.
First blood.
The Face Cacodemon may be harder to see than the Agathodemon when cloaked. It has 2 ranged attacks that are slower than the previous, and while they have more health than the previous ones, it is not hard to kill. At least 2 quad shotgun shots. This gives the Face Cacodemon an E- grade. The drops once again are the same orbs. Up next is the Cacolich, strangely shaped, peach skin colored with a green eye, exposed bones and broken horns. It is uncommon, has unique sounds, and has 700 health. What's to say about the movement? It's the same as most previous variants. The Cacolich has 4 different ranged attacks. First is the 3 spread of side-waving fireballs. It also fires the large heavy damaging projectile. Third ranged attack is its near instant firing, 2 eye shot, fast homing fireballs that make a larger homing circle. The last close range attack is a damaging breath attack. The homing fireballs are not as annoying as the Watchers because of the more space it circles around due to its speed. You still need to dodge or duck from its 2 other sets of fireballs while not getting close to it. It can easily be killed with the assault shotgun. The Cacolich gets an E neutral grade. And guess what it drops? The exact same items. Now to cover this creepy looking beast from Dead Air, the Glaucoma. It is a gore-looking cacodemon with a large human-like eyeball. It is uncommon, has its own roaring sounds, and has 800 health. The Glaucoma seems to fly slightly faster than previous variants. Not counting the bite, it has completely new tricks with its attacks. When it fires its 3 projectiles in random short-angle directions, do not just dodge the projectiles, but also be away from its area of impact because it has a blast radius. If you get hit, not only does it reduce your attack power for a short time, but it can also do real poison status, which can continuously do damage for a short amount of time. You also need to kill it quickly and do not hesitate too long, because the Glaucoma can also heal itself over time. Do not be reckless when trying to dodge the projectiles, and if you're at low health, getting hit by one of them may lead to death. All you need to do is strafe non-stop, even if there are multiple of them. The Glaucoma gets an E+ grade. Finally, some new drops. Not only does it drop rank 1 life orbs, but also the rank 2 armor orbs. Time for the heavy hitters, the BFG Cacodemon. It's green!
Definitely old. It's green!
With 3 orange eyes. It is uncommon, has the standard Cacodemon sounds, and 700 health. While they may fly slow, they not only have quick strafing, but can also shift its movement a bit faster while leaving short after images. For the 2 ranged attacks, you definitely don't just want to dodge them. Its main attack, the regular BFG projectile, which is a very complicated but deadly attack. Obviously the main BFG plasma ball does massive damage. However, you also should not be close to the BFG Cacodemon, because after the main projectile hits something, being close to the Cacodemon can be a deadly after effect. It can also fire a row of BFG 11K shots. Be right next to solid cover, not sprite cover, as hit scan attacks go through them. You can also be far away from the BFG Cacodemon so that the after effect of the main attack won't damage you while using assault type weapons or the railgun to kill it. One other thing, since its BFG attack has the after effect, it can damage and infight with others like it. In the end, the BFG Cacodemon gets a D-. They can drop the large rank 1 healing orbs, plasma packs, and the BFG 9500. You thought the BFG Cacodemon was hard enough? Meet the empowered BFG Cacodemon. It has an aqua tint compared to the previous Cacodemon. It is a rare variant, has regular Cacodemon sounds, and comes at a high 1300 health. The movement is a bit faster than the last one, but that is not the problem. The real problem is its attacks. Good grief! While a regular BFG shot may be easy to dodge with its medium projectile speed, the empowered BFG shot is fast, and I mean very fast. Not only does the projectile move faster, but it can also slowly home in. It can also fire its own BFG 11K shots that not only move faster, but also have slow homing agility. Both of these attacks can do way more damage than the previous version. These attacks are basically the Kurosawa shots of this mod. Do not fight the empowered BFG Caco in close quarters. If it fires its BFG shot, which is already difficult to avoid, the after effect can kill you easily. Use 2 Hexa shotgun shots up close when you are near cover. When you are far away, do not look away because you can get hit by an empowered BFG shot out of nowhere. Make sure to run quick sideways when you see one coming at you, as it can home in to your angle if you're not fast enough. Either way, be behind cover and use a long-range weapon like the railgun. If there's multiple, which is rare, they can damage each other with the BFG attack. In the end, the empowered BFG Cacodemon gets a C- grade. Yes, the same grade as the legendary imp. On death, they can drop large rank 1 healing orbs, plasma packs, a BFG 9000, and the power spheres. The Cerebral Cacodemon. It is black with red horns and 4 red eyes. It is rare, has deep voice sounds, with 1100 health. flies from regular speed to shifted to a medium speed with quick strafing. While the attacks are not as fast as the previous, they are still dangerous. From least to most dangerous, it can fire a spread of 5 magic bullets. It can fire a spread of 3 homing magic bullets, and it could fire these attacks at a moderate frequency. It can fire BFG 11K shots. It can also spit a regular BFG shot. The most powerful attack is its Demon Tech BFG shot, which is the type of projectile that can fire rail shots at you when you are near the projectile during its mid-flight. Try to use the rocket launcher or the Demon Tech rifle to kill it in short ranges, while being next to cover. Do not be close to it out in the open, or the after effect of the BFG shot could kill you. Duck or dodge the 5 spread shots, and evade the homing shots. Be behind cover from the sight of the Demon Tech BFG shot. If there's more than one, their BFG shots can damage each other. They get the D+ difficulty grade. On death they can drop the large rank 1 healing orbs, the Demon Tech Plasma Pack, the Demon Tech BFG, small and large magic essence, and the Health Staff. The Insanity Cacodemon. Don't confuse the appearance with the Cerebral Cacodemon, because it is black and dark gray with gray horns and 3 red eyes instead of 4. Like the Cerebral variant, it is rare, has deep voice sounds, and stands at the highest non-boss health of 1,800. When you are out of sight, it mostly flies at its medium faster speed and quick strafing. This dark meatball will fill an area with fireballs. It can fire a spread of 3 non-homing surface bouncing fireballs, or 3 homing bouncing fireballs in a row. It can spit a large volley spread of fireballs and a massive number of tiny surface bouncing fireballs. Its next attack is throwing a volley of 2, then a spread of another 2 large fireballs that fire their own tiny surface bouncing fireballs in random directions, and when the large fireballs hit something, it emits another spread of medium-sized surface bouncing fireballs. Its Its last attack is a volley of Lost Soul shots that do massive damage, and upon impact, it emits a splash of fireballs. Always be behind something. Do not be close to a wall behind you or the fireballs will bounce back and hit you, especially the homing ones. Get heavy weapons to deal with the insane Cacodemon's heavy health, like the Hexa shotgun in close ranges, rocket launcher, or Demon Tech rifle in medium ranges, and a railgun for long ranges. It's rare to see more than one, but if you do, you will see fireballs everywhere. Fireballs here, fireballs there, fireballs anywhere. The Insane Cacodemon gets a D+ grade. It can drop the large rank 1 healing orbs and Demon Tech plasma packs. Time for the ones that are not actually Cacodemons. The Dark Bishop. It is a floating hooded Hexen wizard with a black robe. They are uncommon, have the Hexen Dark Bishop sounds, and have 900 health. It flies at a slow speed and can sometimes shift its speed to medium while leaving after images. It can fire a short angle spread of magic bullets. It can also fire 3 homing magic bullets. The Dark Bishop also has the original Hexen attack, except it's slightly more dangerous. A volley of dual swirling magic projectiles that have slow homing agility. Its most powerful attack is firing a single strong projectile that not only does the most damage, but where it impacts casts damaging rain on that spot for a short amount of time. Assault-type weapons work best on the Dark Bishop. Just strafe to avoid most of its attacks and find new spots when it fires its magic rain bullet. It may be a bit of a challenge when dealing with more than one of them. Dark Bishop gets an E+ grade. It drops the large rank 1 healing orbs, magic essence, and the health staff. Next wizard is a heavy hitter, the Surrogate. Similar shape as the Dark Bishop, dark gray robe with white and blue stripes. It actually has a second appearance, which I will get to soon. It is rare, has deep Disciple wizard sounds, and like the Insane Cacodemon, it is a second variant with the highest non-boss health set to 1,800. Surrogate floats around at a medium speed. The attacks are what make the Surrogate dangerous. It actually has two forms. First, about its appearance with the blue stripes, that is its light form. It can fire a volley of magic bullets, which is the least dangerous attack. Its next light attack is when it shows a small light, it starts firing a volley of fast random swirling magic bullets that can be tricky to avoid up front. Its last light attack is the most dangerous. The Surrogate first emits a larger light, taking a second before it fires larger fast waving bullets that do a large amount of damage.
First blood.
Next, while it is in light form, it can cast a spell emitting black smoke, which switches it to its dark form, with black and red stripes. In this form, it can fire 3 large fast plasma balls in a row, which have a short blast radius. It can also fire 3 dark matter shots, which may travel slightly slower, but one can kill easily and have a more powerful blast radius. It can then switch back to its light stage emitting white smoke. Always be right next to cover for either form. It can be easy to evade its dark attacks in far distances, but the fast light attacks can hit you with their long range and fast speed. It can take multiple assault rifle clips to kill it due to its high health. Use a demon tech rifle in close ranges and a railgun in long ranges. Because of its attacks and health, it gets the same difficulty grade as the Legendary Imp, C-. It can drop large rank 1 orbs, small and large magic essence, and the Pain Lord soul. This is the hardest non-boss variant of the Cacodemon spawns, the Distortion Disciple, a floating wizard with black torn robe and red details. Rare variant, distorted sounds of the Disciple, and comes with 1600 health. The movement is the same as the Surrogate, flying at a medium speed. Like the Surrogate, the health is half the problem, and not the main one. For the attacks, oh my lord, these attacks are beast-like. First off, it fires a row of dark red small but fast magic missiles that do high damage, which all attacks have high damage. It fires some slow but deadly roaring, waving homing magic missiles. That's not the only homing missiles it fires. The most annoying attack is firing a large row of flame skull missiles that also do massive damage. The skulls are hard to avoid because of their good homing ability for their speed. Stay far away from it. The dark missiles may be hard to see in the dark, so always be behind cover even from a distance. If you have no cover, make sure you face it while strafing so you can barely dodge the flame skulls. It is super rare to see more than one, but it is difficult to focus dodging two directions of fast homing shots. The damage and homing abilities the attacks have, as well as high health, the Distortion Disciple gets a C neutral grade, harder than the legendary imp because of how hard it is to dodge the projectiles it fires. On death it drops the same items as a Surrogate, which are the large rank 1 healing orbs, small and large magic essence, and the Pain Lord soul. Time to list the Toho anime aka Weeb variants. Yes, even the menu calls them that. All of them are rare variants. First up is the Bullet Hell Sisters, Yorihime and Toyohime. Now I'm including both of them at once because they spawn together, granted if they have extra room on their Caco spawn point. Yorihime is the girl with the sword and pink hair. Toyohime is the blonde girl. They have loud explosion sounds. Yorihime is set to 2500 health, while Toyohime is set at 2800 health, and they have a 360 angle animated sprite set. You may think they have similar attacks, but not exactly. Before we get to the movement, I'll reveal a special detail with these types of enemies. Since they have a 360 sprite, there is no way to hide behind them. They can see you in every direction, so it's impossible to flank them. For the movement, since they are Cacodemon spawns, they can fly around. Toyohime is the blonde that can simply fly around in a medium slow speed. Yorihime is slightly different. While she can move at the same speed as Toyo, she has unpredictable movement when she goes completely invisible and invulnerable at the same time, and can quickly appear right next to you. You may think that Toyo is the bigger threat because of her health, when it is actually Yori that is the bigger threat. First, to touch on Toyo's attacks. Basically both are bullet hell, however Toyo specifically, when doing the arm spread, fires a spread of large magic shots before firing a bullet hell of slow, smaller shots. When solo, they are not hard to dodge. Her other form of attack is when it is designed to aim at you with the big shots, and the smaller shots go at a rapid spread. Yorihime's attacks are different. Her bullet hell attack is when she strikes down floor level, firing small, slow bullets in all directions. She has a melee attack after she uncloaks from her invisibility close up, so she can do a slash attack, which can do much damage. She can also fire a spread of 4 large homing bullets that you need to avoid because they also have a blast radius. By themselves, Yori and Toyo would be D neutral, but together they are D+. You need to kill Yori first because of her homing projectiles and her complete invisibility state. Watch out as she can approach quickly when invisible, then quickly move away before she slashes. Then deal with her blonde sister. The assault weapons and the demon tech rifle work best on them if you have nothing else. Both of them can drop the same items, which include the large rank 1 healing orbs, demon tech plasma packs, the power skull, and the invulnerability chalice. Next up is Tatsuya, not to be confused with Tatsumaki. She has a black dress and green hair. She has the same sounds as the previous ones, and she is one of the 2 Cacodemon spawn variants that have the highest health, set at 4,000. She can float around at a medium slow speed, but she can also teleport. She has plenty of attacks. First, she has a similar attack as Yorihime when she drops ground level and fires a bullet hell of small, slow projectiles before going back up. In the air, she can fire a volley of large, mid-slow, but agile homing projectiles that have a good blast radius. Her other volley is firing a row of medium magic bullets that during flight fire small projectiles at random directions, and upon impact they emit a 360 spread of more projectiles. She can fire a row of her own exclusive BFG shots that when in close range during flight, the plasma balls fire straight Devastator lightning bolts at their target. Her final and most powerful attack is after she makes a thunder sound, she fires a powerful, fast, straight yellow projectile that is deadly but can be easy to dodge. In a small room she's a pain, but in a large area she can be dealt with easily. During her bullet hell attack, if you are far away, you can just stand still and likely none will hit you. Don't let her high health intimidate you because she has no armor, and you could kill her easily with assault-type weapons. She may be hard to track when she teleports, and can hide far away. Be behind solid cover and make sure to hear her thunder before she casts her large lightning bullet. Evasive maneuvers whenever she casts homing missiles and projectiles that spread on impact. Because of the speed of her magic bullets, she gets a D+ grade. She can drop the same items as the last two, which are the large rank 1 healing orbs, Demon Tech plasma packs, Power Skull, and the invulnerability chalice. Alright, now for the more threatening ones. This is Bloody Flandre, black short-haired girl with a red dress and broken wings. She is rare, has her own sounds, and comes at 3,600 health. She flies around at a medium speed, and during her black smoke dashing, goes faster. Touching on the attacks, first the bullet hell white fog bullets that go straight, but she has another way of firing her fog bullets that slowly home in. Next set of attacks are 3 that use poison bullets. First is her 2 different rapid shots of waving poison bullets that shoots random waving patterns in random angles towards the target. The other way she fires poison bullets in a dual waving pattern. The third way she fires poison is when she is seen with green flames beside her and casts a spread of poison bullets, which upon impact they spread more poison bullets. Do not get up close to her, or she will slash you with her rod. Watch out when she slashes the ground. She will fire a spread of floor clipping, explosive red trails that will home in. She can also cast a sight-based spell, which should force you to get behind solid cover, or you will take damage. One of her most annoying attacks is when she's seen with red flames, she casts some homing, wall-bouncing projectiles that can go round corners like smart bombs. They can survive bouncing a few surfaces before exhausting. Her last and most powerful attack is when you see her cast red lightning and she lifts up before throwing a powerful explosive shot. When her health is low, she becomes enraged, making her more dangerous. Her explosive lightning bolt is harder to avoid than Tatsuya's because of her being at a higher angle. Use a minigun or quad shotgun when she's close. Assault shotgun and demon tech rifle in medium ranges, rifle and railgun in long ranges. Always be at a distance or behind cover for when she casts the red lightning. Bloody Flandre gets a C neutral grade. When she dies, she can drop the following: large rank 1 healing orbs, large magic essence, the desiccation rod, the occult spellbook, the power skull, and the invulnerability chalice. Lamia, white-haired girl with a black dress and red skirt. She has her own unique sounds and comes at 3,500 health. She can float around in a medium speed, but while she's doing some attacks, she can quick strafe and teleport. She can throw hundreds of knives, which can be hard to see. She can throw spreads of red knives, when at a good distance can be simply strafed. Some of the red knife attacks are flat or not. She can sometimes cast a debuff on you, which lasts a few seconds. Her other type of knife attacks are the massive spread of blue knives, with each knife being a trail of knives. Watch out for her purple knives when during flight. They throw rapid fire of red knives from the sides, which she can do while teleporting. When she is at critical health, she will start throwing knives in all directions non-stop. Her knife carnival could disorient the player, especially in small areas with no cover. Get to the side of cover to avoid the purple knives, and behind something to avoid the blue knives if you're not at a good distance from her. The railgun and the assault rifle work best against her. Also, these variants are not immune to legendary weapons, so you could use them to your advantage. Lamia gets a C neutral grade. She can drop the rank 1 healing orbs, demon tech plasma packs, the occult spellbook, the power skull, invulnerability chalice, and the legendary time-free sphere. Last of the weeb variants of the Cacodemons is Uroboros, dark purple-haired girl with the dark purple garments. She is the second variant with the highest spawn health of 4,000. She flies at a slow speed with also a good range of teleportation. She has 4 different attacks. She can fire a volley of dark blue homing projectiles. She can fire some straight dark shots directly at you. The other version of that is she fires them completely horizontally in a cone area. Her final attack is casting a beam that lasts a while, which can splash at the impact and also emit homing magic shots from its path, which can be annoying. Immediately get behind cover so that the homing projectiles can at least barely get you. Cone attack can just be crouched under, and if she's at a higher elevation, this attack is nothing. You just need weapons that are accurate. You don't need high-level weaponry. The Uroboros gets a C- grade. She can drop large rank 1 healing orbs, Demon Tech Plasma Packs, the Occult Spellbook, Power Skull, Invulnerability Chalice, Pain Lord Soul, the Dark Ring of Regeneration, and the Abyssal Slave Orb. Back to the real deal, and to cover the real Cacodemon boss spawns. First up, the legendary Necromancer. It has the shape of the Dark Bishop, dark hooded blue robe, with gold stripes emitting gold particles and gold light. It is rare, has its own sounds, and it has 1400 health.
I will bring this world to its knees.
It can fly and quick strafe around fast, and can also teleport. All legendary variant attacks can do great damage. First, it can fire 3 homing magic shots. It can also fire straight magic shots in a short random angle. Next, it can shoot rapid fire, extremely fast moving magic shots. It can also fire a legendary version of the dual waving, low homing agility projectiles.
First blood.
For its more special attacks, it can cast some lightning strikes that move around and last for a while. It can also cast an Archvile-like spell that can do an explosive lightning strike when finished. It can also shoot an explosive thunder projectile. Finally, it can cast some sky-moving areas of meteor showers that can force you to move away from cover. Get far away when dealing with legendary enemies. For this one specifically, when it fires its homing shots, evade them by trying to get them to circle around you if you don't have cover. Do not run straight backwards. Walk sideways or the fast shots will hit you. Stay at a range so the lightning and the meteor showers don't hit you. Also be far away when you kill it, as it can soon cast an explosion when it dies. The legendary Necromancer gets a B- difficulty grade. On death, the legendary Necromancer can drop the following: Large Magic Essence, Occult Spellbook, Legendary Healing Orbs, Legendary Plasmatic Cells and Cell Packs, Legendary Plasmatic Cannon, Legendary Sphere, Legendary Power Sphere, Legendary Time-Free Sphere, and a Legendary Rune. The Enraged legendary Necromancer. Same shape as the previous, but with dark red robe instead of blue, with gold stripes, emitting red smoke and red light. It is very rare, has the Chaos Sorcerer sounds, and comes at 2000 health.
The true power is here.
It can fly around very fast and teleport a good distance to retreat and get up close to catch you off guard. The attacks from the previous Necromancer are not only more dangerous, but it also has new abilities to throw at you. It casts the 3 homing magic shots. It can also cast the spread of non-homing magic shots. Watch out for the dual waving, low homing shots. Again, to watch out when they cast their multiple beams of moving lightning. Be ready when they cast their 3 large lightning ball shots. It doesn't have the roaming meteor showers, but one of its most dangerous attacks is another form of red lightning that first strike around the Necromancer, and then striking down explosions down a path that you need to evade. He also retains the hit scan spell, which has a blast radius. Its last ability is summoning its own minions, the Enraged Legendary Hollow. Not only does it summon a whole bunch of them, but they also have a good amount of health, which can take a while to kill. Even worse when the Enraged Necromancer summons more of them. The Enraged Legendary Hollow, shape of Gold Harvester imps with only 450 health, and throw single straight, medium speed shots. They're not a problem in an open area, but in an enclosed space they are a problem, especially since they take so many hits. Be far from the Enraged Necromancer, especially since he can cast the lightning strikes and lightning balls. Be next to cover should he cast the hit scan spell. Make sure you have heavy weapons to deal with the minions. Use a railgun to deal with him at a range. The Enraged Legendary Necromancer's difficulty gets an A-. When killed, it does a death explosion, but afterwards, it can drop the large magic essence, occult spellbook, legendary orbs, enraged legendary plasmatic cells and cell packs, enraged legendary rifle, enraged legendary sphere, enraged legendary power shard, legendary power sphere, legendary time freeze sphere, and the legendary rune. Now for the legendary redeemer, shape of the Hades elemental. It is black and gold with silver spikes and blue spots emitting gold smoke and gold light. It is rare, has the Hades elemental sounds, and comes at 1,400 health. Redeemers are very dangerous. Firstly, it can fly at its own pace, while quick dashing very fast, along with being able to teleport frequently. The attacks are more dangerous than Necromancer. It can spit out legendary Hades spheres, which can fly around and explode near you with great damage if you don't destroy them. Each having 25 hit points, but that doesn't mean it is safe to be close to them. It can spit out a 4-projectile fireball, plasma balls, and the rapid fire fast shots. For its more threatening abilities, it can charge a large wall-bouncing plasma ball while remaining invulnerable. The plasma ball also has low homing agility, so you should watch out because it may hit you from behind, and it does large explosive damage when it hits. It has a more dangerous Archvile spell that even during its charge it does damage before finishing with a more damaging explosion. Watch out when it charges. It can summon a shadow clone of itself, which does its lower attacks. It can also summon low-level Cacodemons during its green phase while showing a pentagram. most dangerous attack is when it emits yellow smoke and can summon strikes from the air all over the place around, not just where it is, but also where you are standing. Finally, when at critical health, it will attempt to do a kamikaze charge at you, but if you hide from it for about half a minute, it will explode. Use heavy weapons like the explosive minigun and never get close to it. And always be right next to cover and strafe because of its fast shots and the archvile-like attack. Keep an eye on the bouncing plasma balls so they don't hit. When you see its gold smoke, run fast. And while it is summoning other Cacodemons, attack it as much as you can since it is not invulnerable at that state. The Legendary Redeemer gets a B+ difficulty grade. Shortly after death, it will summon a bunch of spheres that you have to destroy, but it also drops the Legendary Orbs, Legendary Plasmatic Cells and Cell Packs, the Legendary Rifle, Legendary Sphere, Legendary Power Sphere, Legendary Time Freeze Sphere, and the Legendary Rune. The Enraged Legendary Redeemer, similar to the last variant except with red details instead of blue, with red smoke and red light. It is a very rare spawn, has deeper sounds, and starts with 1900 health. Fast dashing movement and teleportation is the first thing to know about it. Just like always, the enraged versions take the most of what the previous version has and boosts them up. More dangerous versions of the 4 projectile shots and the rapid fire super fast shots. It can cast roaming beams of lightning, but also another straight moving beam of lightning that also leaves a path of energy airstrikes. It can summon 2 types of clones, one that does its lowest attacks, and the other type are a bunch of self-destruct clones that charge at you. It even summons its own Hades aka Trap Spheres. It can summon not 1, but 2 large bouncing plasma balls that can slowly turn to your position. It can also fire its own BFG shots. fire a straight, slow plasma ball, but upon impact, a bunch of energy strikes land around it. When at critical health, the sky will turn red and will attempt to find you, whether invulnerable or not. After it dies, not only does it spawn trap spheres around it, but also energy strikes around it shortly after it dies. Use heavy weapons if you have. Always strafe because of its straight fast fireballs and lightning. Try to use sprite cover if you can while shooting through it with hit scan weapons. The Enraged Redeemer gets an A neutral difficulty grade. It can drop legendary orbs, enraged legendary plasmatic cells and cell packs, the enraged legendary rifle, enraged legendary sphere, enraged legendary power shard, legendary power sphere, legendary time freeze sphere, legendary invisibility sphere, and a legendary rune. Last but definitely not least in the Cacodemon variants, the Nemesis Defiler, not Redeemer, Defiler. It is black and gold, emitting black smoke and dark aura. It has deep voice sounds and comes at a high 3000 health. What else about its movement besides moving fast and teleporting far and being able to attack while on the move? It can fire a stream of homing magic shots. It can also fire a volley of meteor shots. It has new attacks. It can fire a barrage of tiny wall-bouncing projectiles. It does have a fast, straight projectile attack, and it is the dark magic shots. Watch out when it charges an explosive plasma ball. When it hits something, energy strikes will land around it. The spheres that it summons are Nemesis charges that slowly fly to your location, which need to be destroyed. Enraged can fire its own BFG shot. The Nemesis Defiler also has a special attack if you don't hide while it casts it. It places a temporary debuff on you for a short time that not only does damage, but can also do a confused state on you which reverses your movement controls. If you are in a tight space, spam mines and gather more using heavy weapons. If you are in a large open area, then weapons like the railgun, explosive minigun, and BFG 10K work well against it. Make sure the area has wall cover to prevent you from getting hit with the confused debuff. Lastly, when it is at critical health, it will become invulnerable while setting itself on a time limit from its health as it slowly goes down, so you need to hide away until it dies. It will still do its other attacks as it tries to hunt you down. The Nemesis Defiler gets a double A- grade. On death, it will summon the explosive charges and energy strikes. The Nemesis Defiler can drop Nemesis Orbs, Nemesis Armor Shards, Nemesis Plasmatic Cells and Cell Packs, the Nemesis Sphere, Legendary Random Sphere, and a Legendary Rune. And that is it for the Cacodemon variants. Stay tuned, the next video in the series will cover the Pain Elemental variants. So with all you good slayers out there, keep ripping and tearing, and have a great life.